Hello, thanks for joining us for the Mid-Atlantic Backgammon Club study session. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you want to find out about our study session, go to the email address midatlanticbg@gmail.com, which is right up here. Okay, so this is where we left off last week. We are 3 away. Our opponent is 5 away. Looks like we're a little behind in the race. Cube's in the middle. And we're going to try to find a way to wriggle out of this situation. Okay, I don't see any reason why we would even consider a cube. We're not attacking anything. We're behind in the race, so let's just go ahead and roll the bones. Okay, 2-1. And I will take suggestions for candidate plays.
Six three.
Doesn't look great. 6-3. Yeah, 6-3, certainly. I don't know if you wanted to create more builders, maybe 8-5.
8-5, yeah.
These are all within the realm of reason.
Well, it depends largely on whether you think you're going to get a shot next time. I don't think you'd slot the 3 if you thought one of the big likelihoods of getting a shot was in the next turn.
All right, so let's look for some numbers here that our opponent might give us a shot. 6-2. They'll leave a shot on 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
That it? I think that's it. Everything else, they can at least play it without leaving a shot.
Yeah. So it's probably better to slot than I would think if you're almost certain to get no shot this time.
Yeah, somewhat unlikely to leave a shot. Okay, well, then let's vote. Okay, we had 4 votes, all for slotting the 3 points, so let's go ahead and do that. We got hit, so we're kind of in trouble. Let's go back to the 6-3. Yeah, so XG likes the slot. We were in okay shape until our opponent rolled the double 2s that completely blew us out of the water. So we're in pretty serious trouble now. Okay, 5-2 dances. So the bot thinks it's too good.
Yeah, just duplicated 4s there. Oh, no.
All right, well, the good news is we'll get out of this and start a new game. Crossovers. Or you could get another crossover here.
Yeah, I think that's the least wastage. The other one wastes a pip.
Um, I wouldn't say that. That doesn't waste a pip. It
Let's
yeah.
say this, it takes more than one move. It takes more than one pip to get it to cross over, and the other one only takes 1 pip.
Right. Okay, so all right, this one might be worth voting on. All right, so there was the play that I looked at first. So 8-6, 7-6 twice. Then there's 7-6 twice, 19-18. Okay, now if we do it like this, then what's the last ace going to be?
I would put it on the 7 so that another 1 ends up crossing it over.
Yeah, right. So that sort of protects you. You're still a favorite to get off the gammon, so you want to cater to the small numbers. It's a pretty reasonable play. Okay, I set it up for a vote. So we can go ahead and vote on this. Oh,
7, 6, 2,
I
8.
I should have an 8 to 7 in the last one.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
That'd be my choice.
Okay. All right, most of the votes are for this. Let's go ahead and do that. I can look at this. Oh, look at that. Small difference, but it's a little bit 2% more gammons the way that we did it.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Might need a rollout on that one. Flag this for rollout. Okay, but if you just roll double sixes, everything is forgiven.
See that one I put on the 7?
Uh-huh.
It went in with 1.
Okay, if we come here, everything bears off next turn, right? Sure it does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we made it. Save the gammon. See, this is a poor form. Just roll the checkers. The computer has doubled us. All right.
Yeah, discuss that point and how that would go in a human match. If you were playing somebody who was
And
really
somebody
good
did this.
and you were looking at etiquette.
Okay, so in the position, this is white is it's doubled. Yeah, the etiquette here is that the game is over. And so if you're playing over the board, I don't think anybody actually does this. I am sort of curious if this, in some stupid way, gives the computer another decision that helps the PR. I don't know. I guess I'd have to look at that more carefully. But yeah, now if you do this online, it's kind of poor form because you're just hoping that your opponent will misclick and give you a free 2 points. That's not really very nice. So
Or you just feel like you're would rather not click the resign button
yeah.
and do that. It would save you a click.
Now my rule of thumb, I have a rule about this, which is I never resign in an online match. Never. There is no circumstance at all. I when I'm playing on Heroes, I'm not actually even sure where the resign button is because I've never done it. I just play it all the way out. And there's two reasons. One is that there's some positions that deceptively look like, oh, this is over, but we're actually, if some crazy sequence happens, you can win, and I don't want to give away my tiny bit of equity. And the other reason is oftentimes it's just faster to just roll the dice and be done with it instead of fumbling around for that resign button. And then other times is I don't want to make some kind of mistake where maybe I should have resigned a gammon, but I accidentally resigned a single game, and so I just never resign. Okay, so now what's the score? 3 away, 4 away. Now that means our opponent is at the killer 4 away score. If they can get that cube on 2, it's very valuable to them. Okay, 4-2. Let's not vote on this. Let's just play it. You should just play this too. Hit the checker.
Mhm.
These are easy plays. Is this worth thinking about a cube? I guess we're not ahead in the race. We have better structure. We have a better inner-board point. We have some threats. Sixes, threes, and ones will hit.
Michi generally says his advice is keep your hand away from the cube when you're 2 away.
Okay, now we're 3 away. Does that
Oh,
make a
excuse me.
difference?
Yeah, that does. I mean, that I was just looking, yeah, at 3 away, that does change things.
Anybody have any interest in cubing? No
May not be
enthusiasm.
bad, but maybe a little early.
A little early. Okay. All right, let's roll them. All right, 6-5. This is worth voting on. Okay, so there's the running play. There's the attacking play. 13-7, 6-1. Is there another play that we should consider? Put both of those in the Slido.
One is the fun play.
Well, we know what the fun play would be. Okay, so the votes are coming in, and they're all coming in for what I assume Tom thinks is the fun play, which is to hit 2 checkers. It's definitely fun. All right, 7 votes for that, no votes for the boring running play. So
It's not only fun play, but it's a little bit safer because we had the blot. That would have been, we would have
yes,
been creating a
sometimes
stack
you
and
have
leaving
to
a checker anyway.
sometimes you have to hit to protect a blot. Okay, so I don't even see the running. Look where the running play is.
Wow. That surprises me.
Quintuple whopper. It's just there's so many good things about the attacking play. Okay, well, our opponent danced, so we really ought to consider a cube now. So I'm definitely going to put this up to a vote.
I would say we're too good now.
Could be. Because we have a very, very strong position. But our opponent turned this around. See, we also have 10 checkers in the zone. 2 points made. The blot on the ace point is not fun, but could be worse. If we cover that, that'll be just as good for blitzing as anything else.
I think we may be too good.
So, Tom, you think this is too good?
I do.
I never think anything's too good, and I think this is too good.
All right, well, let's vote on this cube if you haven't already. We got 6 votes in. It's most of us here. 4 votes, no double. Oh, there we go. 5 votes for no double, 2 to double. Okay, so let's roll them. And of course, when you decide that a position is too good, you should be revisiting it on the next turn. So this is not your commitment for the whole game. It's only a commitment for the next sequence. Okay, so let's roll. 6 and 2.
cover and bring one down from the 13, bring another into the zone.
So when you say cover, you mean 7 to 1?
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking 7-1, 24-22.
Okay. Let me add that.
Yeah, the general, my general thing that when I work with the novices, they get real itchy about those back checkers. And when you're running a blitz, that needs to be a secondary concern. Bringing another one into the zone is a lot more important.
Well, I wasn't even thinking that in terms of running them. I was actually thinking they have another checker waiting to be picked up.
Here's the play that Tom suggests. Bringing an 11th checker into the zone. That gives you 4 builders for the 5 point. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I want to have a 6 to play if they come in on my 5 point.
Okay, let's vote. You have not already.
By the TV. Okay. Oops. Sorry.
Pretty much all the votes are for Tom's increasingly fun play, which is to cover and bring the checker down. So let's go for it. Okay, now, oh, that's no fun. All right. We're gonna have to revisit the cube. Okay, the cube from the last one, right on the cusp of being too good. Very close. And it's a big drop. If you knew these numbers, of course you would send the cube over because somebody might get frisky and try to take this. And then the checker play. All right, that was close. But bringing that extra checker down into the fight is the right thing to do. All right, well, our opponent has turned around. Completely different situation now. So we have to consider the cube again. It may not be good enough. I don't know. But if you decided that the position was too good before, you definitely need to consider it now. So let's apply position, race, and threats. Do we have a better position?
No,
Okay, why not?
they have their 5 point and we have a gap.
Okay, we
That's
have a
one of the,
gap.
yeah,
They have a better anchor.
yes.
We have some.
I would say we have a better position barely. And I mean barely.
We have some checkers, the blots to clean up too, right? Like, if we don't manage to clean those up for whatever reason, they're gonna have a lot of indirect shots on them. So, okay, maybe we have position, maybe we don't. It's certainly not overwhelming. Race, do we have that? Yeah, we got an 11 pip lead. That's, let's say, somewhat of a race lead. Okay, how about threats? Do we have threats?
No,
Yeah, I'm not seeing the threats. Not even, the threat of making our 5 point. That's not going to lose our market. And then the only number we have to hit a checker is the 6-4.
plus we're stripped at the midpoint, which really is a problem.
Yeah. And then throw all that in with the match score, where we really should be reluctant to be sending a cube over at this score. Our opponent would be probably very happy to take this cube. The white has no deficiencies in their position, really. And so at this score, the take is so easy. All right, so nobody wants to cube, so let's roll. So we were briefly too good. Now we're back to fighting it out again.
This is why I never think we're too good as a general principle. It's hard for me philosophically to believe a position is too good to double if a turn later you're not even good enough to double.
What game are you playing?
Rick,
The
you're too
one
much of
where
a
I have Jason
pessimist.
rolling the dice.
That's the game, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that the term turn the tables came from.
Actually, I take that back. You rolled well.
And what would you like to do?
Make the 5.
Make the 5. If you're worried about mobilizing the back checkers, you could do this.
If we make the 5, the next time the question comes up, do we have the better position? Is an easier yes.
Yeah, so this gives us a strong position. I mean, Tom even pointed out a while back, one of the deficiencies in our position is we don't own the 5-point. Well, now we have an opportunity to make the 5-point. Pretty good roll.
Yeah, and I think you have to use the batten rule here.
Yeah. You got to have a really good reason to not make the 5-point. Okay, how's the voting going? All right, all votes are for to make the 5-point. So onward, let's do it. Okay. Now we have a better position than we did before, but not by a whole lot, and we still don't have any threats. And the race is a little bit worse, so I'm sure this is not a cube. And by the way, let's go back and look at this cube that was it here that we were pondering? We're not even a favorite. So I think that answers that. So we're not really any better here. So let's keep rolling. Maybe we can hit this guy. 6-2, 5-3. That's not it. All right, I think the two choices are clear.
11, 6, 24, 23, and what's the other?
Just 11 to 5. So
24,
basically,
18.
we're definitely gonna do this, and well, I guess there is another choice. We could do
24, 18 worth even
Right.
thinking about.
24-18 is the other one I could consider. We have a better board that could enable us to play a little more boldly. Oh,
Well,
look at this.
because we have the boardage, I guess the Kent Goulding idea would be this would be when you say, do you want to wrestle?
Yeah,
Um,
right. This
yeah.
play engages this blot, makes it a little bit harder for our opponent to try to do something productive. On the other hand, this also gives them 1s, 2s, and 6s to hit, maybe 5s to attack on the ace point.
But I think you want to invite a hitting contest here, and because they have a strip mid, some of the hitting numbers that they would have there involves breaking that, which they do
Right.
not want to do.
Right. So there's the 20-18. There's 11 to 5. This play feels particularly sterile to me because of our stripped points. Unsplit back checkers means we really lack flexibility in trying to extricate them. We also have a race lead after this play, right? Whatever we're doing, we're going to be 14 pips up. We need to be doing things to try to mobilize the back checkers to try to get them out.
We have,
Okay, well,
we have, yeah. There's a bunch of guys here. Don't say sterile.
oh, sorry. Let's vote if we haven't already. Looks like the preponderance of votes are for 2418. Like 4 votes for that. Okay, let's do it. See how we fare. All right, here was the last play. 2418 by a pretty sizable margin. Then our opponent had a funny looking play. 9-5-6-3. This badly overstacked 6-point needed to go. All right. Let's think about the cube again. And I want to put this up to another vote. Because as we talked about, now that we've made the 5-point, we can now say that we have better position. So in position, race, and threats, I think our position is better. Race, small race lead, not a huge one. Threats, yes, we have 12 numbers that will hit. Those are all threats. If we hit and they dance, we might have lost our market. The one thing that has me nervous is the match score. 3 away, 4 away. Our opponent has a lot of cube power, holding a 2 cube at that score.
Aside from the 12 hitting numbers, we have some other good numbers too. So,
okay, give some examples.
well, double sixes,
Yeah,
double threes. I'm not even sure how I'd play them, but there are a lot of good threes.
yeah.
A lot of the sixes wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, 6-5, 6-3 play well. Yeah, so there's some good non-hitting numbers. Double twos. Oh, okay. Well, we're counting twos as a hitting number. Okay, this is tough. I think this is tough because of the score. I'm nervous about sending a cube over at this score. When your opponent holds a 2 cube and they're 4 away, 3 away, our take point is really high. It's 40%. So that means they can redouble really soon. They can turn this game around. Boy, I don't know.
What would Woolsey say about this position?
Okay, Woolsey would say, put yourself in your opponent's shoes and ask yourself, is this a take or a pass? And if the answer is, I'm not sure, then you have to double. That's Woolsey's doubling rule. Is that what you're referring to, Mike?
Yes, yes. So look at it from White's point of view.
Yeah. Are we sure this is a take?
Given the match score.
It's a take all day long.
Yeah, I think it's a take. And so I'm not so sure that Woolsey's rule, I mean, for me, it doesn't apply because I think it's a take. And Bill Spruce sounds just as confident as me.
Yeah, and my awesome 30 PR cube prowess suggests that I know what I'm talking about. So yeah.
And Bill, are you thinking the same thing I am about the match score?
Somewhat. I just think looking at the position, this is a take all day long. I mean, it's not.
So would you think this is even a take for money?
Yes. Yes, this is a take for money.
Yeah, the only thing
Now-
that stills my hand is the match score.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, Mike?
The only thing that would still my hand is the match score.
Yeah,
You know,
me too.
weakening our gammon potential and giving them the recube. But for
Yeah.
money, we're definitely double this.
I would definitely double this. Yeah.
But I think
Okay.
it's a take for money. So that means it absolutely has to be a take at the match.
If it's a take for money, it is 100% a take at this score. When you're 4 away, 3 away, your opponent sends over a cube, and if it's a take for money, man, you're chomping at the bit. You say, give me that cube. Let's go.
Say thank you. You say thank you as
Yes,
you grab.
thank you. I had one of these positions in Charlotte. I will not name my opponent, who I was 4 away, and then my opponent was 3 away, and they sent over a pretty questionable cube. It was so questionable that I took a moment. I stopped and I said, "Oh, hold on a second. What am I missing about this?" They just cubed me in this position, and I used 30 seconds of my reserve time on what was really a very super clear take. I just wanted to make sure because it just seemed so odd to me that my opponent would double in that position. Okay, by a 4-2 vote, we're going to double this. And as Mike says, I'm a little nervous about that because of the score, but let's do it. Okay. Now our PR just jumped, so we have
Made a mistake.
aired in our cube, and it is a double whopper. How about that?
Right, good thinking.
At 64-35, the discussion, it is still a double and a bear take at money.
Okay. Let's make our checker play. We'll come back and we'll look at it.
Make the bar.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna just do this. Is escape that checker. Any objections to this? Okay, let's just do this. Okay, now I do want to go back.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah, I know. Ugh,
Never.
all right. Terrible. Okay, I'm gonna take this position and let's set this up and make it. Okay, so I now have it at unlimited, and let's see if this is a take at this score. Okay, still a take at this score, and it's no double.
Hold on a second though. Why not? Not enough, not a big enough racing lead.
Yeah, the racing lead's not enough. The threats are not there.
Too much volatility.
Well, more volatility would lead you to want to cube. Maybe there's not enough volatility. Okay. Well, now if we knew this, we definitely would not have cubed at that score. Okay, back to the match. Okay, 5-2. Oh, this one's interesting.
Hit.
By hitting, you must mean hit on the 3-point.
I do.
Okay. And
Has a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
throw
upside.
I'm going to throw in a non-hitting play of just stepping out to the 18-point. So here's what the hitting play looks like.
We have a 4-point board. These still have 2 loose checkers. We've slotted a 5th point. If the fan, our double all of a sudden is looking really nice.
One of their checkers is there's some duplication. There's duplication of 2s and 3s also. They need 2s and 3s to enter, and they also need 2s and 3s to cover their blot. So that's a good thing. For us, that is.
Right.
Okay, and here is the non-hitting play. And really, as a rule of thumb, once you've turned the cube, you want to make more decisive plays. Okay, let's vote. Voting is close, and the hitting play has taken a slight lead. 4-2. Anybody else? Okay, I think we have enough votes to hit. I voted for the hit. Besides, that's more fun, right, Tom? Tom says yes.
Ooh, this wasn't the time for that.
Okay. here's the last play. Look at the difference. Hitting is a quadruple wipeout. That is, wow, what an enormous difference. You win more games, you win a ton more gammons, and it doesn't cost you very much in the way of gammons lost. Okay, our opponent danced. Yeah, 6-6. This is not the time. You can't see this, but I put the mouse over the 6-6 and it says it's a negative 1.2 anti-joker. This could be our worst roll. Jeez, what do we even do?
Kill.
Well,
Super
three
ugly.
of them are forced, and the fourth at that
1, 2,
point.
3. Okay,
Right.
good. Yeah.
And once you see that, then the fourth is pretty much forced at 7-1, I think. Unless you really want to do 8-2, which I don't.
Hmm.
Okay, we can vote. So here's the original position. All right, everybody wants to go to the ace point. Bet this was our worst roll. All right.
A year, probably.
Wow, look at this. Okay, now, as I mentioned before, our take point is 40%. So we have to have 40% in order to be able to take this cube. And the reason is simple. If we take the cube, we're playing for the match. If we pass, then it's going to be 3 away, 2 away, and that's 40%. This sort of illustrates the cube power of the person holding the 2 cube at 4 away, 3 away. The fact that they can even consider this is pretty wild. So the match score really is very important here. Pretty sure we still have 40%. But things are going to get dicey for us if they hit that checker.
We still have 4 points to their 2, and there's checkers floating around, so there's still a lot of contact to be had.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and vote if you haven't already. Colin would definitely take this cube. There's just no question.
Oh,
Most of the votes are
absolutely.
for take. There is one vote for pass. Okay, let's take. Okay, let's go back and look at the cube. So we have 48% winning chances. Notice that our opponent only has 51% winning chances, but they're supposed to redouble, and that's because there's a lot of market losers. If they can hit and we don't hit back, we're going to fall under 40%. That take point is such a big difference in this versus a normal looking score. You can't really fall back on normal principles. So it makes it a little more difficult. Okay, we really got to stop rolling like this.
Guess
We can't
run.
cover, we can't hit.
You can run from the 23.
Okay, so that you're saying 23-15.
Yeah.
Okay. About how about 18-10? Is that viable?
It gives them a lot of good rolls that you don't currently have.
Mm-hmm. It gives them 6s and 1s. Okay. Now let's look at the other play. This continues to duplicate their 3s, right? It does give them 4s, which they don't already have, but you know, maybe that's sort of unavoidable. Okay. All right, let's vote. The landslide for 23-15. All the votes are for that. Okay, let's do it. And yeah, not really that close. Okay, well, they hit us. So now we got to do something. Double 2s. Okay, this looks pretty good. There's a lot of good things we can do with this. But that also means this is going to be a difficult play because we have so many choices. Yeah, I'm going to give one suggestion. Enter, hit on the 11, and then keep going to the 9.
I'll enter, hit on the 11, and see an 8-6 as an alternative.
3-15, 11, and then safety 8-6. Okay. So here, let's look at some of these plays. So enter, hit on the 11, scoot up to the 9, and then Rick suggests enter, hit on the 11, and then safety. Okay.
What about hitting on the 3?
Yeah, so right, that's the other thing that we really should look at, which is the shift switch points. Okay, now Janet, if you're going to do that, what would you like for your last 2?
8-6.
8-6. Okay. I think maybe we could have some other options there, but broadly speaking, the shift does have to be considered.
But what about 23-21 and
Okay.
then hit from the 15?
Okay, so Don is suggesting 1, 15, 11. A lot of good choices. This is back to the original.
Yeah.
Are we voting?
Yeah, you can vote if you like. Unless you've got some more candidate plays. You have the double 2s, you know, small doubles often have many, many different candidates. I'm not sure what to do, so I'm just gonna take a stab at this. I have a guess.
Guiding principle.
Okay, we have 9 votes. 4 of them are for. So the leading contenders all involve this, and then the last play. Okay, any other votes? If you have not voted yet, I think the 8-6 is coming out on top, but just by a whisker, by 1 vote. Okay, we're gonna do that. I voted to go to the 9 point. I wanted more attackers, but it wouldn't surprise me if this came out on top. Okay, we're gonna do this. Whoa. Big exchange there. Okay, let's go back and look at the double 2s. Okay, so we voted for the right play. The one I voted for was pretty big error. The shifting is not very good. The play that Donald suggested came out second place, coming up to the 21 point. Okay, so the hive mind has succeeded. All right. Okay, so in the interim, what happened? They entered and hit loose on the 2 point, probably out of necessity. We hit back and safety the checker that was forced. And then they stepped out, and now we have a 2-1 to play from the back.
He must hit and
Hit and
6
play
4.
safe. Yep, hit and play safe is the only thing I say.
Yeah.
So 23, 22, and then 6-4. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm just hunting for more candidates. I mean, how frisky are we? We could play 18, 16 to generate some more indirect. I don't know, do this. And then the other play goes to the 4 point. Okay, let's vote.
Well, is there any play where we don't hit them, like go 23, 21 and 5-4, something like that?
I think I want to hit because we have a 4 point board.
They're gonna have a lot of ammunition.
Yeah, and one way to prevent that ammunition from being useful is if they're occupied in trying to get a checker off the bar.
Yeah, if they dance a couple times, right?
Dance a couple of times, then we might pick up this other checker and just kind of cruise home, right?
Right, okay.
All right, the votes are to play 6-4. Okay, so we're gonna hit 6-4. All right, we're getting close to 6 o'clock. We're gonna do a couple more plays and then stop. And aha, how about this? The spread them out play. I don't feel clever enough to have made that play. I suggested it, but didn't have the guts to vote for it. Okay, now they came out, and now we got a 4-1 to play. That's not so hot.
And if you had split and they got that roll, they would have hit you again.
Yeah.
They would have hit on the 6.
All right, now what are we gonna do?
Play it safe.
Very windy on Saturday.
22, 18, 5-4.
5-4.
Yeah.
Very boring. Very stacked up too. That's not good. We lack that. Really lacks flexibility, right?
I did not say I liked it.
Maybe we have to.
Yeah.
If we start doing this now, they have 6s, 5s, and 2s, and 1s to attack us. That
And
might end
3s.
badly. But I think it's important to note the stacked and inflexible nature of this position.
Duly recorded that you have pointed that out, but what's the choice?
Okay. The votes are pouring in for the nice safe play. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, XG likes to play. And where is this play? Here it is. Yeah, not very good. It just opens up too much. Okay, now they played 17-8, and now we have a 4-2 to play.
Almost forced.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. $18 to 14, 4-2. If
Yeah.
you're not willing to do that, then you're gonna have to break the 6 point. Keep in mind, we still have the better board, right? All right. Looks like our votes are coming in for 18 to 14, 4 to 2. Over the board, I wouldn't hesitate to make this play. I see our better board. And we have a huge race lead. We do need to get these. We got to get these checkers home. Okay, let's make this play. All right, let's vote on one more play and then we'll stop. Ah, they missed us. Okay. All right, we're gonna make this our last vote for the day.
Good one, interesting one to end on.
Yes. I see 2 candidates. Okay, here's one. 14 to 11. Get the checker out of harm's way. Or cover the block.
That has some advantages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gives us a really good board. If he does hit with the 1, he is going to leave a return shot, and that's also one of the numbers. It duplicates his 1s for covering his checker on the 4 point. So we're leaving him a shot that he may not be able to take advantage of.
Very well said, Rick. You should be a politician.
Okay, well, let's vote. Well, this vote is close. Right in the middle, tied.
Yeah.
Still tied. 14-11 takes a slight lead, 5 to 4. Okay, that might be the it. Oh, we're tied again, 10 votes. Okay, is there anybody here who has not voted?
I have not voted yet. Hold on.
Are you dialed into Slido? You're about to vote?
I'm about to vote, but I have no.
You're about to break the tie.
All right.
He's gonna do something like 6-5.
All right, Adam has broken the tie with 14 to 11. That's what I voted for. I do like the safety. Okay, this is our last play, so let's take a look at how did we do. And it's close. So covering the board came out on top. Nice
Yeah.
position. Okay. That looks like a good place to stop. If you're watching this recording on YouTube, check out, you can send us an email here, midatlanticbg@gmail.com, to find out how you can join us for the study session or for the tournament that comes up right after the study session. All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.